Hello students, today we are going to discuss the next topic, that antivirus software. Till the last class we have discussed virus, worm and Trojan horse and different types of virus. Hope you have understood all these things. So today we are going to discuss the next topic. This is antivirus software. Like virus, worms, Trojan horse, these are also program, these are also a software, and this antivirus also is a program. So this program word you must write, don't skip this word while writing the definition in your exam, because this is the main definition starts from this word program. Okay, this program word should not be omitted. This here everywhere you can see this program word is there, so don't be omit this line. So here an antivirus software, most of all of you know about antivirus software, because you have been using this term since class 3, I think. Antivirus so many times you got in your books, even you have used maybe in your mobile phones or your computers. Okay, so this antivirus software is a program which is designed to detect and remove malicious program. Now what is malicious programs? Mean unwanted programs which is not useful for your computer system, which may defect or affect your programs or affect your any other files. So these are called malicious program, which is totally useless, we can say. So these malicious programs to be detected, and it should be removed from your computer. So for that we need an antivirus software. Okay, so here the main thing you see, it is designed to detect and remove, not only detect. Sometimes it may ask in your exam that antivirus program can only detect malicious programs or unwanted files like that, or unwanted programs. So that time you have to say this is not the true statement, because it should not only detect, but also it will remove the program. It will remove. So both the term it requires, detect and remove. Now see, the useful things of this antivirus programs is that it can detect virus, worms and Trojan horse, and it can be removed from your computer system. Now how can we make your antivirus software very effective? So these are the measures are given, effective measures how we can make it. Perhaps you have got so many times that your antivirus program is asking for update. So why should we get update? Okay, so for that reason I would like to explain a little bit. So here you see, update means what? These are some files. What? Virus, worms, Trojan horse, these are also one type of program, and whenever it is written a program, there will be a file, it will be installed or it will be stored, and that file will have type. Okay, like HTML file we have type.html, like this is the type of the file, HTML. When you save mp3 file, you can say .mp3, some type of files. Okay, let's assume, see, some viruses are there today, .a, .b, .c, okay, .abcd. These are the some 3 different types of virus. Now your antivirus software is designed to detect these 3 types of virus and to remove these types of virus if it finds such kind of files in your computers. Now tomorrow again some other viruses are there on your computer set, .e, .d, .e, .f, like that. So other programs are coming, or it is installed in your computer system. Now what will happen? Your antivirus software, it will not detect such kind of virus. It cannot detect, because it is designed to detect only these 3 types of files. So to get the update of these other types of files which are coming by the next week or maybe next day or maybe any day, so for that reason your antivirus should be updated. It should be keep updating every times when it comes. That update means it will detect the new types of viruses in your computer system. So here you see, first it needs to run in the background all the time. So why should we run the antivirus software in the background? If it is not running, that if any virus comes or any Trojan horse comes, such kind of program comes, then your antivirus program, it will not detect. So for that reason your antivirus software always to run in the background. Whenever such kind of program is detected, it can remove such kind of files. So this is the first point. The next one, it should be regularly updated, the point that we have discussed. Why should we run? Because it is another question as well. Okay, why should be regularly updated? These questions, it may come to your exam, so you have to say, so it should be updated so that it can recognize new types of or new various types of malicious program. It should have the capability to the scan email. Now see, why should we scan email when it comes with attachments or files like that? Okay, when you see, when we send an email, we may send some audios, videos, or sometimes some PDF files. So other types of files also we send, and the recipient has to download these files to read the files. Okay, so for that, these files may contain some virus. Okay, these files may contain some virus. So before downloading these files, your antivirus should have that capability to scan these files. If it doesn't have this capability to scan, ultimately your virus will install in your computer system. So this is another point, that your antivirus software also should have the capability to scan the programs before downloading. Next point is, the user should run full disk scan. This means it is yourself, you have to do that in your computer system within 1 week or within 15 days or within 1 month. You have to do what? Your whole computer system you have to scan once. Here disk means your hard disk. Okay, your hard disk should be fully scanned at regularly. Next, some examples of the antivirus softwares you know. Okay, if some antivirus software you know and which is not mentioned in here, no problem, you can write in your exam. Next one, another topic is spyware. What is spyware? Now it is also a program. Everywhere that you are seeing that program, it comes. So here spyware, another program who can gather the information about yourself from your computers, like Trojan horse, without your consent. So this spyware, it comes actually via different advertisements. Here the definitions, all the definitions you must learn. Spyware is a program that secretly gathers information about the users and relies it to advertisers and other interested parties. Sometimes you may see, whenever you are visiting some website, some advertise comes like Apple mobile phone with 500 rupees. Okay, this mobile phone or that, it is very low cost. After seeing such kind of advertise with the user, what we do, let's see what is this. We click that, and actually whenever we visit, we don't find any relevant to the advertise. Same thing, simply something else it is written, and you will not find about relevant to that advertisements. Okay, so when you do such kind of things, actually this may contain spyware, and this spyware will install in your computer system. Now whatever you will do in your computer, like Trojan horse, is to send the sensitive informations to the developer. So here also spyware also do the same thing. Okay, so the definition I think you have understood. So how you can identify the definitions, this Trojan horse and spyware. The word, whenever you see secretly gathers information, a program, then you have to write what? Spyware. When you can see it is useful at first sight, then you have to write Trojan horse. So the others, rest of the part, the work also, both the program does the same, do the same. So how this spyware installed in your computers without your consent, without your that means permission, we can say. So here it comes, the user downloads something from the internet. Whenever you download something from internet, it may contain this spyware. That's why you should not download any software from unauthorized websites. Okay, unauthorized websites. Simply whenever we search some software to download in Google, it may show so many links to download the softwares, and we directly go to this site and we download. This software may contain spyware like Trojan horse programs. So you should not do these things. If you are using Windows computers, Microsoft Windows computers, that means operating system, you should have the license to purchase only the original software. But with the users, we don't bother about it. whatever we want, we take it and we download and we are using. Huh? Next, when the user clicks some option pop-up window, that pop-up window that I discussed already, that about our what advertisements, it comes in your computer, sometimes it comes also in mobile also. To one message comes with some advertisements to see, and just we click this and we visit. Okay, so we should not always, we should avoid to visit such kind of pop-up. So spyware can also consume lot of memory, making the computer system very slow work on. It makes it difficult to work on because your computer system gets very slow. Okay, so these are the part of antivirus and spyware. Next topic is, see what is malware. So malware, actually it is not any program, it is the term it is used which includes a virus, spyware, worm, Trojan horse, everything. Okay, every programs are included in the malware. So it is not any program, it is just the term, generic term is used which indicates or which include maybe malware, may be virus, a malware may be spam, a malware may be Trojan horse, or it may be spyware. And here you can see another line, also known as computer containment, contaminant. Computer contaminant, as you know, contaminant, what does it mean? You have got, I think, in science what is contaminant, some extra things. It is what it's affixed with some things, or like a liquid, like water, some contains sometimes contaminant, water contaminant you have heard about. So here the malware also one type of contaminant it can be seen. Another thing, here it is designed to infiltrate. The word infiltrate means the harm. Okay, it is designed to harm your computer system. And another name of this one, computer contaminant, it may come in your exam. What is the another name of malware? That the computer contaminant. Now precautions against this malware, perhaps you have understood what precaution should we take to detect and remove such kind of malware. It's very simple, that we should have what, antivirus softwares, and antivirus software should be run in the background, it should be updated. The term already we have discussed. So using this antivirus softwares, this is the program which is designed to detect and remove such kind of malicious and or malware programs. And in Windows already by default one antivirus is there. In Windows you can see Windows Defender. So Windows Defender is the by default antivirus it is given, on which can detect a malicious program in your Windows program. And you can purchase some of softwares from online, from your online shop is also available, and from online you can register these things, or you can directly purchase the disc from market. And you have to pay for this, and they will provide some keys, okay, key number, and within this key you have to register your antivirus software. Next is one on spam. Spam, what is spam? Now you can see in your mobile phones also sometimes. You can see in emails, if you have Gmail apps, and in Gmail app you can see spam option is there. One option is there, spam. Now what is spam? Okay, this spam, actually these are unwanted messages that you did not ask to anyone to send you. Okay, you did not assign or did not register any websites with your email ID. Simply they are sending you unwanted mails, and these unwanted mails are known as spam. The definition of spam, I think we have got in chapter number 2. There the features of email, there it was there. You can see features of email, inbox, outbox, these, that. After that last topic, I think so, it was spam also was there. And the spam already we have discussed. These are the unwanted mails which not specifically asked for to send. So these spams are the programs. And this spam, what are the problems it may it can create? Now see, problems caused by spam. The definition you see, this is the definition of spam. Okay, definition, don't forget to learn. Up to this much, actually the main definition, and it make advertisements in how it can spread. You see it is given. The following are the problems caused by, this is the question one. What are the problems it may cause? Now see, it wastes the user times by reading the unwanted mail. Simply it wastes the time. When you see one mail comes and you are reading, and at last you will not get anything. There is no information about something. Nothing is there. Simply it takes your time. So it is totally waste of time. Next one, it was the network bandwidth. How it consumes the network bandwidth means, the bandwidth means what? The capacity to transfer data. Okay, capacity to transfer. So if your capacity is 1 Mbps, and out of this 1 Mbps with actual data, this kind of spam are transferring, it is occupying some space on the bandwidth. So this is the problem. Okay, it wastes the network bandwidth. It may be used to spread malware. So we using spam, we can send what? Malware means using this one we can send spyware, we can send Trojan horse, virus, worm. Okay, like this. So how can we avoid now to get such kind of spam? So first, it is the suggestion it is given to you: do not register or do not give your address to unknown person, or enter your email ID at the unreliable websites, the unauthorized websites. Okay, unreliable, with the websites we cannot rely on. So we should not enter your email ID. So many times you can visit some websites and to download something, and simply they ask to register with your email ID, and we should not, because these are websites, these are unreliable. But some reliable websites are there. If you visit some Microsoft, like Google websites, Microsoft websites, these are reliable. We can put, they will never send such kind of spam or like any malware. So there are 2 points here it is given. First point, it is where you can see we should not register, we should not give our email ID to unknown person and unknown people. And another one, the same, it is same means your email ID should not enter to any unreliable website. Use spam filters. Okay, use the spam filter to your email programs. Actually it is automatically built in your email program. Whenever any spam mail is detected, directly is transferred to the spam folder. You can see in your Gmail app, spam is option is there. You can see so many spam program emails already received by your this filter. It is already filtered. You no need to do anything. Automatically the email program will filter all these spams. Delete spam mails without reading them. You should not open these files. If you open, that means if it contains any such kind of malware, it will install in your computer system. So you should not read directly, just delete all these files. Okay, so up to this much today. The next class will discuss the backup methods, and there are different types of backup methods. Okay, so view these videos, whatever here shared, you can do that method I have shared in the group, that you should you should copy the link and paste in your browser. How to do this already I have shared a video, and if you have not got the video, just you scroll up and you see one video already I have shared, and you can see how to watch these YouTube videos without using YouTube app. Okay, YouTube app, it makes little bit that means your video qualities, it may go the lower quality. So if you want to see little bit clear view, you just copy the link and paste in the browser and watch these videos. Okay, thank you.